Hello and welcome to the channel. A day after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration on most of the newly elected state governors, President of France Emmanuel Macron's jet that had carried his personal delegation was at the Kwara State International Airport. The delegates from France were in the state on the invite of the state governor, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak. But why though? Other state governors could only dream of pulling that off. Details coming up. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. When President Macron's presidential jet landed in Ilorin, the site of President Emmanuel Macron's presidential jet parked at the Ilorin International Airport, Kwara State last Tuesday undoubtedly distinguished the gubernatorial inauguration in Kwara State from that in the 28 other states in the country the day before. It was the first time an aircraft belonging to a foreign government, a world power for that matter, was landing in Ilorin. And when did any other Nigerian state pull such through strides in Kwara? Whereas presidential delegations from other countries converged only in Abuja, where President Bola Tinubu was inaugurated. Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak's excellent performance in his first 4 years easily distinguished Kwara as a point of interest for the government of France. Indeed, for about 8 hours, the presidential jet, which flew in a high-powered delegation of the government of France, put in a post-inauguration majesty that distinguished the government in Kwara from the other subnational entities in the country. The presidential delegation was in Kwara to sign pacts with the state governments for projects that will boost development in the Nigerian states. Whereas in many other states, governors were still savoring the euphoria of inauguration, it was certainly not so in Kwara, where Governor Abdulrazak quickly went to work for the good of the state immediately after the second term installation. Indeed, that is the working ethic in Kwara, where taxpayers' money is being put to work without the frenzy and razzmatazz of project inaugurations. That is certainly not the character of Governor Abdul Razak, and that's why he never buys airtime to promote his activities and government projects on television or advertise in the print media. He believes in his works speaking for him. If you observe the inauguration ceremonies across the country, Abdul Razak's was the most prudent. No air, no shows, and wasting of the state resources, Engineer Bamidele Adeyemi, an educationist and industrialist, said in Ilorin. The swearing-in ceremony took place inside Government House Council Chamber, a place that may not seat more than 200 people. The inaugural dinner held on Sunday and in a banquet hall that didn't have a teeming crowd in attendance. Avoiding fanfare that will gulp state resources is part of the change Abdul Razak has brought in Kwara, and it is stemmed from his simple nature. At the time many others were still celebrating their inauguration, he was welcoming and touring some sites with a French delegation for projects that will boost agriculture in the states and facilitate knowledge transfer. In 45 minutes, his inauguration was over. It ended before 9 a.m., and he moved to Abuja to be part of the inauguration of President Ahmed Tinubu. He was back to Kwara early enough on Tuesday to receive the French delegation. Abdul Razak signed the MOU on behalf of the state government, while the French Minister of State for Development, Francophonie and International Partnerships, Dr. Chrysoula Zakharopoulou, inked the deal for the French side. French Ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Emmanuelle Blantman, and the European Union Ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Samuela Isopi, were also on the delegation. The governor in his remark described the visit as a game-changer, stressing that the event showed that the Kwara State doors of opportunities have opened to the world. His words, "This event shows that doors are open to the world. We are happy to have, for the first time, a high-ranking team led by Minister visiting the States. This is just the beginning. We will open our doors wider for greater investments and visitations." Ilorin, for the first time, is gracing a jet belonging to the President of France and this has its symbolic importance. We share a lot in common with the ideas of the French leader, Emmanuel Macron, especially in youth and gender engagement. We truly buy into it, especially at the level of leadership. It is not just to encourage women, but to also put them in a position of leadership so that they can make the right decision, especially in the education, development, technology, commercial, agriculture, and sustainable developmental goals, SDGs. We will continue to push and develop in that manner. Many people did not know that Alliance Française exists in Ilorin. Like the minister said, French is a language of opportunities, and as you can see, all the countries that surround Nigeria all speak French, so that is where opportunities can come to us. We also want to take the best advantage of innovation in agriculture to improve the yield in that sector. We want to be competitive in agriculture, technology, and youth. So, your visit is really a game changer. You might not know the impact of the Lata Grazing Reserve you're trying to do. Lata was established more than 60 years ago. Not much has been happening there, but with our cooperation now, we will be able to do something big there. The reserve, when developed, will help check the conflicts between farmers and herdsmen. It is all about food security. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Speaking at the MOU signing, Zakharopoulou said she is impressed by what she has seen in Kwara, calling the state a hub of human capital development and praising the governor for his fine initiatives on education, youth empowerment, and gender inclusion policy. She also said the Kwara State Agricultural Transformation Plan is a big boost for the development in the state. Her words, French President Emmanuel Macron is committed to partnerships with Nigeria, and particularly Kwara State, which is a major hub for human capital development. We share the same values with Your Excellency. Our president has strong affection for this country and the Nigerian people. So I can feel the energy, creativity, and the potential that this state offers. I look forward to discovering them with my visit. But today, agriculture is my main priority. In our relations with the African continent, we want to move beyond the state-to-state relations and develop links and develop ties between people. We want politicians to be involved and develop what is called people-to-people relationship. We want to work together. We want to learn from you as you're going to learn from us. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.